Hello, peeps. Welcome to another episode of Boundless. In our last episode, we worked on the workshop area of my build, and I wasn't overly happy with the way it turned out. So I kind of went and redid it all between the last episode and now. And I'm still not overly happy with it, so I'm going to tear it all apart again and rebuild it all again. I got a much better design that I feel flows a lot better with the overall design of my base. But I wanted to show what I had did since the last one with this layout. So what I did was I got one setup of each of the machines for power coils. So we got a workbench, we have our extractor, our refinery, our centrifuge, our mixer, and our compactor. And then I had a spot set up for all of the tables, crafting tables. And then here I had all of the furnaces. Now, what I did out in the middle was because I wanted at least 8 of each machine of the main machines. So I designed these came up with the idea for these little pods out in the middle. And each one of these pods has 8 machines. And it's got the spark link that goes up the middle to join the top one. So the top ones actually have spark. They're connected to the spark generator with a row of storage kind of separating the two of them. So what I did was, since this is the workbench, this is the pod of workbenches. So it's got 8 workbenches. This is the extractor, so this is the pod of extractors. So you'd access this one to access the bottom one, access this one to access the top. And I did that all the way around. So we got the refinery, and then we got the refinery pod. We have the compactor, and then the compactor pod, the mixer, and the mixer pod. Now I only need one forge. I feel like I only need one forge. So for this pod, I just put storage blocks around it. And then we moved our spark generators over here. And that was about it. It still felt a little cramped and a little crowded, so I really don't like this look either. So I want to tear it all apart, and I came up with another plan that I think works, like I said, works a lot better with the overall design of my base. So I am going to tear all this apart, and then I will come back and we will build the first section together, because that's how I'm going to do it. So I will be back as soon as I get all of this tore apart. Alright, so I'm back. I got everything tore apart except for the centrifuge, and obviously the power coils for it, and the crafting tables. I need to pick all those up and move those to the spot that I have designated for those. But for right now, what we want to do is build our workbench area. And what we're going to have is, in this area, we will put all of our workbenches in. So we got like that. Let's start grabbing those said workbenches, and we can start installing them. We might as well put the red one first. And then we have a second red one. So what this is doing is it's putting them basically one block down into the floor. So it's one less spark cord I need to use, or spark link that I need to use to connect them. I'm thinking very much that in the future I'm going to want to basically get rid of some of these workbenches and get my hands on a bunch of the same color, because right now they look all differently. So now we want some storage. We want some storage in between these bad boys. Okay, and then I need to build up around them. And we're gonna basically duplicate our setup from our storage area. Alright, we might as well just fill this in quick. And figure out how to work this ceiling in here. Almost done placing all these blocks. Okay. Now we need the ring around here. Like so. And then we would need our sand. I don't know how I want to do the lights in here yet. Thinking we can't go like that. Maybe let's just try one for right now. And I can add more gleam to that as needed. What did I do with my... There it is. Ah, why would you do that to me? I might need to change up one little thing in this area here, like this chisel right here. Might need to change that up depending on how I tie all of the rest of this together when I get to that point. But for now, we are looking good. Looking good in the neighborhood. So that's going to be the workbench area. So then now what I need to do now is dig out the middle area here where our power coils and our powered workbench will go. So we want to come out right here. Basically opening this up. To a big gaping hole. And then we're gonna put gleam on each corner. And I think I'm going to put glass down. This might not work as well. Maybe I need... Let me rethink that. For now, I'm just going to put wood back in here. I was going to put glass, but if I put glass there, then it'll expose that bottom level, that one middle machine, and I think it'll look goofy. The wood is still just a temporary flooring that will eventually get swapped out for something better. Alright, so now we have that part done. We need to get our machine placed in there and then our power coils from underneath. So let us pillar up and then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 5, 6. And now I kind of figured that was going to be a problem, that they were going to connect to the ones on the outside. I'm hoping that I can get them to connect to the ones on the middle. Once I get this middle, let's see, we need 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be be where the bottom goes. And then we go 1, 2, 3. Now let's go upstairs and look at that really quick, see what that looks like. And we can turn this so it's facing that way. And did these actually end up connecting to this? No, we only have 800 power. Now I'm hoping if I can figure out, okay, this one is connected to this one. Now it's connected to this one. And now it's connected to there. And this one is connected here. And this one is connected here. So now I'm thinking this should all be connected. 1200 power. Okay, so that's all connected. Now I'm hoping that I can put all of these pieces back in the right spots. And this will stay connected to here now. Dark mustard, I think, was here. Yes. Mustard was here. And then shadow mustard and shadow mustard. And we still have 1200 power. And the only other thing I was thinking was, instead of this piece on the top, was using this bottom piece, the base piece, this piece. But I think that looks fine. The rest of the machines all are kind of more full compared to this one with that slab blade setup. So now we need to come up with our design that we want to use for the rest of this. So we kind of want to box this in. Now eventually I'll be able to add more power coils on each side, but for right now we're just going to go with this setup. Okay. Now we'll leave the middle piece open because that's where the spark link will connect. And I want to grab these decorative blocks really quick. And let's see if I can get these to actually place in there the way that I want them correctly. Maybe. Let's look at it from the top and see what it looks like. Oh yeah. So this is what it's going to look like. Now I'm just going to basically duplicate this across the rest of on this side I put some refined gleam in that angle piece, and here I haven't yet. I don't think I'm going to need to, because I have all of this gleam down here that's really lighting up the area. So I think we are just going to leave it like this. So this is what I was saying, that it's going to blend much better with my existing build. We basically took the same design and concept and applied it to the workshop. So now all of my workbenches will be in here. I can come in and load up and fire up a bunch of whatever I need. I obviously need to connect everything to our spark cord, or our spark generator with our spark links. Hopefully I can get that worked out without any major issues running into the cap limit for how many wires or links you can have connected. So I got to do that next, and then I'm going to basically duplicate this setup the rest of the way around. The only difference is this one, because I'm not going to have 8 other center forges. I'm just going to have the one center forge. I'm going to put it into the ground under the same setup as this, but I have a different plan of using the sides where the machines would have been for furnaces. So it'll be furnaces on this side, furnaces on this side, some storage in the back, and then the center forge and power coils recessed into the floor. The crafting tables will go back here along this back wall in the middle, and then so this will be all nice and open. This is already 100 times better than the last 2 tries that I did. So I'm much happier with this. I'm glad that I thought of doing it this way. Like I said, it blends much better with the overall design and concept of the build so far with our storage area. So let me get to work recreating this 5 more times for the rest of the machines and getting everything wired up, and I will be back when I am finished. Okay, we are back. I got the rest of the workshop area complete, so let's take a look at what I did. So we did this one together where the workbenches are. So now we have this one, which is our extractor area. So we have 8, well technically we have 9. So we have 8 regular extractors, and then we'll have one that's will be connected to power cells when we get high enough up for us to have power cells, power coils for our extractor. And we have one for our refinery area. And then here's our compactor. Again, 8 normal machines and one set up for future use of power. I got everything is all connected to my spark. So if we look at here, we got 33,000 spark. And we have our mixer area. And then last is where our centrifuge is at. And we have the centrifuge is hooked up to power because I do have power coils for that. So we have 1200 power to our centrifuge. And then we have furnaces here. And then eventually I'll work on getting some titanium furnaces. And we'll have furnaces all along here and all along here. This is just some storage for... I'm going to use it for storing some of the stuff for forging, and also for storing ores and stuff. I actually might add storage in here and cut this down instead of 5 and 5. I might just do 3 and 3 and put a couple rows of storage on each side. We'll figure that out in the future. And then we got our wall of crafting tables. So overall, I am very happy with how this turned out now compared to the other design choices that I was trying to do. This one much blends in a lot better with the overall look of my base and what I've done. So we look at it, it basically mirrors from one side to the other side. It gets me all of the machines that I wanted to have, and it's much more open and it doesn't feel cramped or crowded anywhere. So overall, I am very pleased with how this turned out. So we are going to call this one a wrap. The spark generator's in the middle. I guess we could go down into the basement really quick and show you how we wired everything up. So we have our spark core or spark generator in the middle, and we have the links going off to each one. Some of these are just a little bit overkill just to make it look uniform, because this isn't needed to connect from here to here, but I was able to just to make it look uniform. And the same with back here, like these aren't required to be connected here. Overall, it looks, I'm very pleased with how it turned out. I can reach each of, well, I can't quite reach all of the power coils to repair them yet, so I need to do some more work down here to build this up. What I'll probably do is build up a floor level, maybe this level. But I'll do that basically off camera. I did end up having to widen this out some more than what I had. You could see where the wall used to end. I had to widen it out some more to be able to fit and get to these machines in the back, and I need to widen it out one more row, but that's little behind the house work. So we are going to end this episode here. Thanks everybody for watching. Hit the like button if you liked what you saw, and subscribe if you want to see more content. And I will talk to everybody later. See ya.